Hey everybody, I'm Steve Owens, one of the tournament directors with the Tennessee Bass Nation Kayak Series. This is your angler briefing for the first event of the 2024 season on Del Hollow. We're hosted out of Byrdstown, Tennessee, which is Pickett County. We're going to be doing some activities at the River Grill. The address is in the Tourney X link. River Grill is a really good restaurant in Byrdstown that extend their venue to us. I think this is for the fourth year now. For those of you that aren't familiar with us coming up here, you ask why we come in December. Bluegrass kayak anglers years ago, when it was ran with AJ McWhirter, Jay Wallen, and a few others, they had what they call a snowball classic up here, and it's one of the more fun events that we were ever a part of. We bring Tennessee Valley kayak anglers up here with us, our grassroots club based off of out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we did a little team event up here the last year that club was in existence. They've since reformed again. So reach out to Jay Wallen, Kyler Branham. They're the two TDs for that up there. And those guys are all a big part of what we do in Tennessee Bass Nation. A lot of what we do, I'll just be honest with you, we mirror things that were successful in the past. And Bluegrass Kayak Anglers, along with NACA, the North Alabama Kayak Anglers, those trail series were around a long time before we started anything we were doing. So we're blessed to have relationships with all of those directors and even the anglers. So a lot of what helps us get what we have built is through angler input, and we appreciate what we have here in the state of Tennessee especially. So we'll go ahead and give you the details of this event, and then we'll talk a little bit about our sponsors and trail structure for the season. So I'll go ahead and let Daniel Davis, my partner and tournament director and everything that we do, go ahead and give you the lowdown on what we're doing this weekend.
All right, so one of the first things we're going to talk about tomorrow, we're going to do a roster check that goes through whether you've signed a waiver, whether you've paid Bass Nation dues. We're going to reach out to you if you're missing either one of those items. And to be blunt, if you're non-responsive or anything like that, there could be a refund that happens on the tournament. We have to have the waiver. We have to have the dues paid out. Part of it's going to be the insurance that covers us through these events. So make sure that you have your Bassmaster set up, and have your if you have a problem, message us. We'll get you your Bassmaster ID number through the site if needed. All times are going to be central for this. It's going to be a lake-wide launch. So in other words, you can fish or launch from any public access ramp or public pay use ramp. It's going to be a top five fish limit. So best 5 fish for the event. Tennessee Bass Nation rules apply, and it's going to be angler responsibility to make sure that you have the proper fishing license for Tennessee or Kentucky. We posted a map that actually goes through the reciprocal fishing zones, so pay attention to that. Just make sure that you're good on the water for that. As Steve-O said, check-in is going to be the River Grill. It's 989 Wolf River Road. So the pre-fishing cutoff tomorrow is going to be at 6 p.m. That's going to be real important. Make sure that you've stopped fishing, you're by the ramp, not scanning or anything by 6 p.m. So get off the water as soon as you can. So it's going to be Saturday, December the 16th. Launch is going to be 5:45 a.m. Lines in is going to be 6:15 a.m. So that's going to be real good because first light should be 6:17 a.m. Lines out will be 2:15 p.m. Your last submission will be 3:15 p.m. and check-in will be 3:45. It's going to be at the River Grill. So we do with the Tennessee Bass Nation stuff. It's kind of a soft check-in. Make sure that you're there. However, we're doing a joint event with TVKA. We have a hard check-in period for that. So make sure that you're there on time to make sure that you get points for the season.
And your winnings. If you're not there on time in TVKA, you forfeit your winnings as well. So it's important to pay attention to that.
Yeah, no points, no money, and it's unfortunate we've had that happen before. Mm-hmm. So cell signal is spotty. We know that on this lake. Yeah, you'll get back to the ramp and you'll have 30 texts. People wondering if you're dead or not. Who knows? Hopefully you're safe. So just make sure that you upload by that 3:15 or the 3:15 mark. So the boundaries for this event, the eligible water be Del Hall Lake from the dam upstream to the first riffle of tributaries, no bank fishing allowed. So can't get out of your kayak, can't fish as far as that goes. That's a broad overview of everything as far as the rules go. A couple things with fish submissions: make sure that your bunk board is facing left, the bunk to the left, the fish's head pointed towards the left, its belly to your belly. It'll be the tip of the mouth to the lip of the mouth to the tip of the tail to make sure that there's a score. We've got the really good judge for this series, and so make sure that you're not covering the eye, hands not under the gill plate. You're not covering the mouth. You can actually see the full fish. We had some submissions last year where part of the face was cut off. That can't happen. We have to fully see the picture of the fish in the picture to make sure that we can just score it accordingly. So take 3 pictures of the fish, put it in the net, put it on fish grips, check your pictures. They're good. Let the fish go at that point. That's a helpful tip for everybody out there. Take multiple pictures, verify before you let that fish go. There's been a lot of heartbreak that's happened because of folks that did not do that one simple thing. Make sure that your PFD is on at all times. Coast Guard rules apply. If you're launching before safe light, make sure that you have a 360 light. If you have a motor, make sure that you've got the navigation lights. Make sure that you're registered. Make sure you have the proper fishing licenses. Be safe on the water. It's cold. It's windy. There's going to be some bass boats that are out there. Dale Hollow can be a little bit choppy. Last year, we had somebody that had they were questioning their life choices until they saw Steve-O go by barefooted on his pedals. And then they realized it wasn't so bad, even though Steve-O might have been fearing a little bit, but he didn't show it. So, just saying.
On the fish submission, as Daniel mentioned, we're a catchboard only tournament series. When you take the photographs of your fish, we need to be able to see all of that catchboard as well. And then, he covered everything when it comes to safety. But on your fish pictures, as he said, take those pictures, put your fish in a net or on a fish grip, and review those photographs before you upload them, or let your fish go, more importantly. So we got to see all of your catchboard. So,
all of your catchboard.
Yeah. So we're, I think he mentioned, this is a 12-inch minimum limit for your fish.
I did not mention that.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and get into the Tennessee Valley Kayak Angler briefing as well as we go here. Cast rules are almost the same as Tennessee Bass rules, but you need to download those if this is part of if you're double dipping. So Tennessee Valley Kayak Anglers is a 3-fish limit tournament, 12-inch minimum, catchboard only, motorized kayak series. The same applies. You got to have your 360 white light. One major difference in cast rules is that you have to have a visibility flag where you don't have to in other trail series. So if you want to fish that, you have to have some sort of visibility flag rigged up. One thing I will mention is if you do have a motor and you don't have lights, then contact us. You'll just wait to launch until actual safe lights. So you don't have to have your lights. If you've got a white light and you don't have navigation lights installed just yet, you can still launch with your motor on your kayak. You just can't use it until, let's just say, 6:30 or whatever, when it's super, super light. So that you're operating under Coast Guard rules. So with TBKA, it's a $40 entry fee. You're qualifying for a state championship with 11 other clubs across the state of Tennessee. And it's one of the longest running tournament kayak series organizations in the country. A lot of good prizes and money have came from it. A lot of good experience comes from the anglers we have in Tennessee through the state championships. So if you're interested in fishing that, there's no dues payment for that unless you want the Angler of the Year or state championship points for the season. So it's literally you just pay your entry fee, and that gets you in for your tournament entry as well as Big Bass, which is the Hog Farmer Big Bass this season. So that's it for TVKA. Again, it's a 3-fish tournament. Tennessee Bass Nation is a 5-day, 5-fish event. So we'll move on from there. Reach out to us if you have any more questions. Safety rules are all the same. And so Daniel we'll start going over what we've got in store for the 2020 season. For that, again, we want to welcome back Dugout Bait and Tackle. We've got more sponsors coming, but it's this season's been kind of weird going into 2024 with the changes in the industry. It's getting hard to get answers back from people to bring them on board because budgets are tight. But we want to welcome back Dugout Bait and Tackle. Carl Black Chevrolet is your Angler of the Year sponsor as well. We'll make an announcement tomorrow on what it takes to get that Carl Black Chevrolet Angler of the Year prize. Um, what you're fishing for this year is your state championship. Your state championship can qualify you to the Bassmaster Kayak Series Championship. From what I understand, it's coming back to the Southeast in 2025. So you'll want to do what you can so that you can fish close to your home and have the opportunity to walk across the Bassmaster Classic stage. So for this season, we've got 10 events on the schedule, as Daniel will go through. This season, each event, the top 10 will qualify per event. No roll downs. So after event number one, when we move to the next one, if you've already qualified from Del Hollow and you get a qualification spot, that spot's dead. So that's designed to add a little bit more. I really can't think of a good word for it, but just a little bit tighter competition when it comes to everything. And so we'll do that, and then from after the 10 per event, we'll go to the Carl Black Chevrolet Angler of the Year standings this year to the top 50. And from that, we hope to have a really good prize pool to bring to a state championship on Lake Guntersville, as we announced yesterday twice, but actually only one date was correct. So the first weekend in October, we'll be back in Scottsboro, Alabama on Lake Guntersville. So that's how you qualify. In and of itself, your state championship is something spectacular. It's something to be proud of, and we just really thank you all for the support that you give us this season.
Yep. So this is the first event on Del Hollow, and we're coming back again. You'll hear a little bit later here. January 20th, we're going to do Lake Cherokee. That's a phenomenal cold water fishery. There's been a lot of fish caught during that. Water's low down, and some of the people in this room. February the 10th, we'll be at Watts Bar. Another great turnout as far as cold water fishing. March 2nd, Chickamauga. There's no better time to be on Lake Chickamauga. That's when the bigs are caught, is in March. Me and Steve have actually went out there in the coldest of cold, and he caught a double digit. I caught one that was 3 pounds under. But and we got April 13th, we're going to Old Hickory. This is gonna be a Carl Black event, so it's gonna be a good show out from them. It's gonna be they're gonna have representatives there, I believe, and we'll be able to thank that sponsor personally and let them know how much Carl Black actually means to us. And expanding on the Carl Black is we've actually had a number of people that have purchased trucks so far this year going through Carl Black, and we appreciate that. They're going to give you the best deal. They're awesome to work with and fantastic. April 27th, guess what? We're coming back to Dale Hollow. I'm looking forward to that event, and so that should be a great time. May 4th, we're going back to Douglas. June 1st, we didn't have it on the schedule last year, but we're going back to Kentucky Lake. July 20th, a fantastic fishery is going to be Lake Pickwick. August 10th, we're going to do the river throwdown that we did last year. It'll be the Holston and French Broad River. A lot of people liked that event and had fun. And part of it is during that event, river fishing may not be your bag, but we wanted to have something on this schedule that everybody would love. So, again, we're going to a river fishery. And as Steve-O said, we're going back to Guntersville for the state championship. So, it's a lot of events, and participation is going to be good this season. We believe we actually deconflicted with every cast club so far, and I'm looking forward to the turnout this season and getting to see all you folks. We know that you like fishing the series, you enjoy these events. That's why we do it, is because of your turnout, your enthusiasm, and it makes it a lot easier to get up, or take up a weekend and, run it. And, our goal is basically all you need to do is come out and fish. We'll handle everything else, the judging, check in. You don't have to worry about everything. So just get out there and catch fish, have fun, meet some friends, and make some memories.
And take good pictures.
Take good pictures, please.
Yeah.
Please.
And above all else, as Daniel always mentions in our other briefings, call us.
Yes.
Message us, get a hold of us. Don't make an assumption. Don't take your buddy's word for it. We've done it to one another at the boat ramp, inadvertently calling out the wrong identifier code across the boat ramp. I mean, just, be careful, double check everything for yourself so that you can have the best time that, your money's and your time away from home is invested in. So, again, we'll keep bringing out the sponsor support as we get them in. This year, Sniper Marine is back
Yes.
for our big bass sponsor.
Been using that thing a lot.
Yeah, we always make excuses and reasons why we need nice things, but that's one of the things that is nice to have.
It is so nice.
So reach out to us if you got any questions about Sniper Marine. We've got those at Dugout Bait and Tackle. Dugout Bait and Tackle, we just got the new Hobie XRs in.
Yes.
And what that is it's the same 360 drive. It's not a new drive, it's a new kayak. It's got components externally down by your feet where your drive goes, where you can adjust the tension on your belt. Because Hobies in the past have had some issues with belts breaking. They've done away with that. In the past few models, that belt tightening situation has improved. Now you can do it on your own on the fly. And then once, let's just say for some odd reason, you did have a malfunction and your belt broke or whatever. In the past, if your drive was kicked sideways, you would have to get out of your kayak, spin it around, remove it, or do whatever that took, flip the kayak on land. Now it's got tension knobs where if it breaks, you twist it around, lock it in place, and your drive is now straight. Mm-hmm. And you've got essentially a 180 drive now. You won't have 360, you won't have reverse, but you won't be stuck on the water. So, with advancement and technology come, problems that you have to work through. I think Hobie did a great job nailing this one. So if you got any questions, reach out to us on all of that. We'll go ahead and let y'all go. And just be safe on the water, and we'll see y'all Friday. We're going to meet at River Grill around probably 6 o'clock-ish just to have something to eat and hang out.
Yeah.
It's not mandatory. We don't do board checks in this event. The Catch Board product is taking care of that for us. And if we find anything that we have in question, we'll just have you bring your board to us.
Yep.
And we'll investigate it. So if we do call you into question and you bring a different board than what's in your pictures, then we got you. So just be mindful of what you do. So we appreciate all of you again. This is an amazing series. We have a lot of fun doing it, which is what we all say it's all about, but it truly is. So
it is.
I want to thank Daniel and everything he's done in this past season, and we're getting ready to kick off another one, and it's going to be great. So thank y'all.
Thank you.